Good afternoon to you. I'm Fox 26 meteorologist Ramisha Shade. We are almost to our big Thanksgiving holiday, just a few days away and less than 10 days away from saying goodbye to this year's hurricane season. It has been a quiet one for Southeast Texas. Thank goodness. So far, so good. None of these tropical depressions, tropical storms, or hurricanes have come our way. And once we get to the end of this month, that will be it. So hopefully we'll be spared the entire season from having to deal with any type of catastrophic tropical system. We do have one or two systems though that we are still tracking out there, so I want to show you where we could have a few issues. This is a very tiny system in the Central Caribbean. A few days ago it was looking much more impressive, and we were thinking that it might actually develop into a tropical depression or tropical storm, but it's starting to kind of weaken, look pretty ragged, unhealthy as it drifts to the west. So we're thinking that there's only a very small chance that this would develop into a tropical cyclone. Likely not going to happen, but here it is. It's where this yellow X is located. As I mentioned, Central Caribbean. General movement will be off to the west, so if it survives, that would take it closer to Central America as we get towards the end of the week. But check out the chances. It's not that great. Only a very low 10% chance that this would develop into a tropical depression or tropical storm over the next 48 hours, and only a very small 10% chance of that happening over the next 7 days. So chances are we're not going to have to worry about this system for too much longer. It has been named Invest 99L, but it likely will dissipate fairly quickly since it is starting to interact with some drier air that's causing it to look pretty rough, pretty ragged, and it will likely kind of fall apart over the next few days. But we'll continue to track it as long as it does have that very small chance for tropical cyclone development. Heading into the Caribbean, or heading out of the Caribbean rather, and into the Atlantic, we do have another system. This one has a much better shot of potentially becoming maybe a tropical depression or a tropical storm Vincent over the next couple of days. This one has a medium 60% shot for development as we go through the end of this week into early next week. So it is drifting off to the east southeast, and it is expected to eventually make a turn back to the northeast, but that still takes it away from any potential east coast impacts for the U.S. So the good news is that this system should just remain out over the open water. Even if it does end up developing into tropical storm events over the next couple of days or the next several days, it would not be impacting any major land area, or any land area for that matter. But of course, we'll continue to watch it. Like I said, low chance for development over the next 48 hours, but a 60% chance now for that to blossom into a tropical cyclone over the next 7 days. Good news for the Gulf of Mexico. Those water temperatures are starting to come down as we get those stronger cold fronts. Of course, we did have a cold front move through yesterday, and that is bringing some of that cooler air down into the Gulf. So water temps down to 70 degrees there in the northwestern Gulf of Mexico. So that really kind of squashes our chances for anything of a tropical nature heading our way. Still pretty warm waters though down towards the Caribbean. We've still got some 80s showing up in the western Caribbean, low 80s in parts of the eastern Caribbean. So we still can't rule out some development here, although the chance is getting lower and lower as we go day by day. As I mentioned, just a very small chance for additional development because we've only got a few more days left in this hurricane season. Of course, hurricane season ends on November 30th, and we are less than 10 days away. So hopefully we can get through the rest of the season without any additional tropical systems. We've already had enough for this season. We started off with Arlene, we went through Brett and Cindy, and now we've gone all the way down to the T name, Tammy. Yes, we could still have Vince over the next week or so, but hopefully we will not have to use these last two names, and we can finish off this season on a quiet note. So far this year, we've had 20 named storms, 7 hurricanes, 3 major hurricanes. It's been a busy season. Named storms, of course, above that average of 14. Hurricanes, including major hurricanes, right around average. So even if we don't get anything else, it's already been a fairly active, rough season for some folks. So hopefully we can finish it on a quiet note. Of course, if you want to find out what's happening with the tropics or your local weather, make sure to head to the App Store, search for Fox 26, and make sure to download our Fox 26 weather app. All of the tropical weather that you need to know about, and also your local forecast. You can find the radar on there. You can even find a section where you can upload your weather pictures. Maybe you're out and you take pictures of that wind whipping out there or a storm coming through or flooding. You can find out how you can upload that, send it to us, and maybe we'll try to get some of those on the air as we go into the next couple of weeks. All right, well, that is all that I have for you for your tropical update for today. I'm Fox 26 meteorologist Ramisha Shade. If I don't see you before the Thanksgiving holiday, have a wonderful, safe, fantastic Thanksgiving and enjoy your holiday.